right, Roger's Hot Rod Garage. This is Roger. We got the 20th of August 2022, and this is for my 1930 Model A Coupe, sporting the BMW V12 that I pulled out, I think it's probably about 12 years ago now. A little preventive maintenance. We're getting ready to take a long trip down to the beach races, the roll flat beach races here in September. So what I'm doing here is I replaced this HEI, Chevrolet HEI, for a 6-cylinder. This is a 6-cylinder down this side, and there's another 6-cylinder down this side. So if you look at that concept, you'll see why I use these HEI distributors. But look, real quick, these suckers have been on here for probably about 10, if not 11 years, and they work flawlessly. Haven't had any issues with them. Now this little thing right back here, I actually made that like 10 years ago, not with a CNC machine, but just welding, and I can put my HEI in here and then spin it. Now if you think that shaft from the HEI goes way down here, I didn't. I chopped it off right down here, and I'll show you how I did that with a, I think I used like an 18mm bolt with a roll pin rolling through it, but I'll show you that. Basically, I went to Rock Auto, got me 2 of these for a 6-cylinder. I think they came out of a Camaro, like a 78 Camaro with a 6-cylinder in it. And then all the ignition module and the rotor and the cap and the coil and everything, I'm just going to replace that. I'm going to take all this, which is working perfectly fine, mark it, label it, and then put it in the trunk along with the one that I did for the passenger side right in here. Just keep it as a spare. That way you can always have ignition for left and right on the side. So that's the plan for today. I'll go ahead and head back here and grab some of my HEI distributedness. I don't think that's the word, I just made that up. And I think I got a couple of them back here. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is one. And then I also got to keep a couple back here. I think I got like 3 or 4, but those are actually for the regular V8s back here. But these things are rock solid. Either I got these from Rock Auto or eBay, I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna cut that shaft off right here, but I'll show you that in just a second. Hey, before we get started here, this is a truck I sold like I think 3, if not 3 or 4 years ago. A guy named Michael owns this thing now, right across that hill over there in a place called Boodigan. So that's why he got the boot plates on it. But anyway, he let me borrow it again because we're gonna go down to Hockenheim. I'm looking for something to take the picnic table down there. So we'll take this truck, we'll take the Nomad, and the Coupe will stay home this time because that's just an interesting part of Germany down there, and I'm not gonna get caught up in a police control down there, Kontrolle, just because of no fenders. So anyway, that's the story. So take care, enjoy the video. All right, so I got the nuts off, and this is what this thing looks like in here. Real simple. See, I got that little pin in there. Right there's the pin, and then that's just a roll in here. I got a little bit of grease on here, and then back here I just welded on I think it's about an 18mm socket, and I can clock it, and then up here I can actually adjust the timing about 20 degrees. So I run this thing properly, I think 14 or 12 degrees before top dead center on the base. And the only thing I do is I just got to make the bottom of this new one over here. See how I hacked that off in there? Man, this is literally 10 years ago. I got to make the bottom of that one look like that one, which is not really that hard to do. I got my little grinder here. Take me about maybe 15 minutes, and then drill my holes in here and then run the bolts through here. So that's basically it. Just clock that thing correctly. See you in a second. All right, do some of my precision measuring here. Right about there. So I'll hack that thing off. Ballpark. All right, be right back. That roll pin is out. Pull that one out. Now save these little things right down here because these are actually little spacers right here to keep it from going back and forth. This you technically don't need anymore, but what's interesting, don't throw the shaft away, because if you got your small block Chevy and you got this piece, you follow this down up here or just put an angle on it, and then you can use this with a drill to pre-lube your Chevy motors. That's what I've done. I've actually got one of these things already built. Cut it off right here. use this one, get it down here. That engages your oil pump on a small block Chevy. Spin that sucker, establish oil pressure before you crank up your motor. Anyway, just a little tip on the side on a Sunday here. All right, pretty easy. And I think I got about enough in here. Hold on. Yeah, that should be good to go. Now it's important, you see the little white paste on there, that heat transfer paste? Make sure you don't screw that because you actually have to have that so you can dissipate the heat off your ignition module right here. Kind of important. Anyway, I'm gonna go cut the base on this thing and then continue on with a little mini project. Howdy doody, that actually worked pretty good. Okay, cool beans. And that's that shaft I'm telling you about. Just run the other spline down in here and you can use that for a prelude on a small block Chevy motor. Anyway, that's the piece I was looking for right there. Cool beans. Clean that up. And then it looks like I did not hit the sleeve in here, which is good. Okay, no, I actually did cut. I cut right through the sleeve, which is cool. So anyway, that's my base and that's what I'll be adjusting right now. This right now, so I got that taped off where that stuff is at. And this really just slides where those holes are at, right up here, and you can spin it. Got just a little bit more to go, like a millimeter, but look at that. See how it wedges up every now and then? So anyway, that's the plan for that. Real easy stuff here. Again, not rocket scientist stuff, not Billy Bob Joe stuff. This actually works because this car's been running now with this little setup right now for 10 years. I'm just doing, again, a little preventive maintenance. Maybe I'll do an oil change today too, and then head on out to Italy in about 2 weeks. We got GSRA, German Street Rod Associations, the week after next. And then we've got the Hockenheim Top Fuel Drag Race. I'll do a video on that too, so take care. There's the old one working perfectly fine. Again, I'll button that one up in that little plastic bag right over there. And I tell you what, I'm like a squirrel that buried a nut, except I don't remember anything past a week. So here was 12 June 2022, and I set the timing to 18 degrees before top dead center. So got everything hooked up. I always remove my nice expensive K&N air filter so I don't blow a hole in case this thing does a backfire. Got number 1 cylinder hooked up right now with my takeoff, and I'm gonna come right around here, hand it over to handy dandy son Lucas, DNA Jr., and then I'm gonna crank this thing up. I got my timing gun set up. Should be just a quick little. Close the garage door because it's really sunshiny out here. Set this thing to 18 degrees. Just a second. Look right here. 18 degrees. And then I'll start lighting up in here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, there it is right there. So that, all those lights back there where the pink is at, I don't know if you can see that. Lukey, Sean, way up in there. Get the camera way up in there. See the blue dot? And then that pink is top dead center, which is 20 degrees after the other side goes on. So I'm setting the timing. Well, actually, that's initial timing. And I can see that's the OT for the top dead center. So what I'm going to do now is go over here and try to put my hand on it. Back it up just a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit too much. See the little wire on there? I'm going to go back just a little bit. Right there it is. So now I've got 18 degrees on both sides. All right, everything is checked out. Got all my HEIs pushed down good. Got these little green lines drawn in here in case I'm ever on the road someplace, don't have a timing gun, I can put it back exactly the way I took it off. Right there is 18 degrees before top dead center. And there's my green line for the other side. Anyway, let me go take this thing for a little test drive and see what it does. That's what I love about it. So you can come in here. I don't have my feet in here yet. Runs good, man. Runs good so far. Well, anyway, here's the main road up here, and just show you a couple little cool things here. This is my rear view mirror now. I think you can see that from the last video. But this little doohickey right down here is obviously a low car shifter. You plus down on it, you can shift gears. But this little thing on the side right here is Triptronic shifting, done by my controller right here. Let me get that a little bit closer. That's my controller right now for my automatic transmission, the ZF transmission. Close that up. And anyway, I'll go down this road first, and this is a full automatic run right here, and I've got the exhaust open right now. Not getting on it, this is just like a quarter throttle right now. And then if I reach down here, close the exhaust system up, literally that's what it sounds like when it's completely closed down. So you can carry on a conversation here, but I think I told you guys that in the last video. But let me go around this curve right here, and then I'll just do one acceleration, and we'll call this the conclusion of this HEI driver's side exchange on a Sunday here in lovely Runneberg, Germany. Take care. Bye-bye. Take care. See you guys. Bye.